असतं आपलं? ते काय असतं? फॉर नाही पण ते काय त्याला असतं काय सवाशणी पण ते फॉर युअर गुड लक. वी शुड से लेट अस से फॉर युअर गुड लक. सौभाग्य फॉर युअर गुड लक is given to the ladies, always given to the ladies, because in India the women are regarded as the Shakti, and women who lead a married life and who have been mothers, who have been daughters and also wives and things like that are respected very much, and only it is believed that only the respectable women, when they exist in any country, the gods also reside there. If they are not respectable, the gods don't reside there. See, the glamour is not very much respected in India. The glamorous nature is regarded as something like a sophisticated prostitution, you can call it. In India, glamour is a sign of a defect or a kind of inferiority complex in a woman, or maybe a cunning to be glamorous. See, so it's not very much respected in this country. If they find any woman getting very glamorous, then she's a little bit pulled down in the society, and people try to pass remarks on her and make fun of her, or sort of she's brought down. It's not regarded as a very great thing. But a woman has to be traditionally dressed up. As a married woman, she has to wear certain ornaments. She has to wear certain things as a married woman. She has to wear certain dresses as a married woman. And even if they become a little bit deviated, still a traditional woman is respected. So tradition is the thing that one should do, and not the glamour, because that's so artificial and temporary and is very degrading for women according to their standards. See, and I don't know what are your standards are. And that's how, say, for example, a prostitute cannot enter into any house. And if there's a glamorous woman, also men avoid such women. And such women are not allowed to enter any houses here. See, so the glamour has no value. So the attention is not so superficial, but has to be deep. Of course, nowadays our modern girls are taking to little bit this glamorous styles. This is trickling down a little bit. But once they are married, they also give up, because not very much respected. There's no respect for women who are glamorous and run after glamour. Now, thank God, now in England also I've seen people are learning that. Also in other places, people are trying to learn how to be simple and traditional. But some of them are getting untraditional, simple but untraditional. That's not regarded as something good in a society of Sahaja. I think we should be traditionally dressed, properly dressed. Hair should be properly done. We should dress up in traditional way. I mean, they would like to see you, say, in a Victorian gown or a Elizabethan collars and things like that, on something like that. That is what we are. I mean, we wear dresses of the very ancient times, really what we wear, like the nath and all that. It's so ancient, absolutely, it's antiquity. I don't know since when we have been wearing nath in our lives. And that tradition we observe even today, all the time. I mean, whenever there is any function or anything, we try to wear a very traditional dress. Men and women all, especially women, always wear traditional dress. It's not regarded very good not to be traditional. So one must make a difference between a traditional dress and an untraditional dress, and also a glamorous dress. So the prostitutes and their style is of course out of question. The way they dress up, show off and all that is out of question. Second one, the so-called simple dress, if it is untraditional also in Sahaja Yoga, is not so much respected. The reason for that is that we have different powers within ourselves, and in tradition, through our unconscious we have discovered that these are the traditions. For example, my mother never made me a hole in the nose, but I get always pain in the nose. Once a doctor also operated me for nothing at all. But I know there's a very simple thing I have to do is to put a hole here and wear something. Once I start wearing it, I know it's all going to be all right. Most of your left issues will be cured as soon as I make a hole, I know that. So I have to make a hole there. And it is so traditional in our country to have a hole in the nose, but somehow my mother thought that she should not make a hole for me. She had a hole of her own, but she wouldn't make a hole for me. So that was wrong. I think she should have. And I'll have to do that at this age sometime, to make a hole in my nose. It all comes out of very deeper understanding through the unconscious that people become traditional. Unconscious goes on giving information, people start using them, then whatever is bad is discarded, whatever is good is accepted, and you start becoming traditionally understood. See, like here men have become little untraditional, they'll wear a kurta and a pant or something like that. But you can see it's most unsuitable for this country to wear a pant which is tight. Now people are wearing jeans. Can you imagine this heat to wear jeans? They are wearing jeans also, stupid people as they are. You see, whatever country you live in, you have traditions built in according to the need of the country. And so traditionally whatever are your dresses, you must wear. I like the bow tie and all that you wear. It's quite good, nothing wrong in it. For a puja, if you wear that, it's all right. So, one should differentiate. Now all these are traditions carried forward because people didn't find anything wrong with them, so these traditions are carried forward and forward and forward. And I think we are very traditional people. I think Indians are the most traditional, and thanks to our women in India who have stood all the impacts of the Western culture, Western education and Western coding. We have still kept up our saris, we have kept up our styles, we have kept up our borders, we wear our saris the same way. Little bit, of course it goes little tilts away, but mostly we are traditional people and we have kept it, which is a very good thing. And I hope you people also try to be more traditional than to be bumptious or something flamboyant, as you call it, or sometimes too fashionable or glamorous. You see, the glamour is the biggest curse on the West. Half of the time is spent in glamorizing themselves, and men worried about their hairstyles and women, and ultimately they end up with no hairstyle, just disheveled hair. So that also is not good, because you'll all get bald. If you do not comb your hair properly, you'll get bald very soon, and then people will laugh and say, how surgeries are all bald. So I must give you a trick of the trade that every Saturday must put a lot of oil in your hair, nicely do it, and always use some sort of hair conditioner, you call it, I don't know. But I found Silvi Clean is quite good, I must give you the hint. And comb your hair in a way that is not untraditional. Untraditional hair are not good. And untraditional hair are always attacked by roots. So it's better to be properly combed hair and properly done hair and to be traditional. Now it is a tradition that a goddess doesn't tie her hair. See, not supposed to tie her hair, so I do not tie in your presence. But as a wife, I have to tie up, so I tie up my hair. That is the tradition. Whatever is the tradition has to be done. So whatever is bad in the tradition will drop off very soon, because there are many things which are bad also, but they should drop off. But we should not become anti-culture, anti-tradition. That is wrong. So today one of the traditions is this, that all the ladies are given this thing to wish them good luck. Because according to Sahaja Yoga also, the luck comes from the wife. If the wife has problems, the husband will always have problems. If she is not alright, the Lakshmi will not be alright. If she is catching, then will be problem. You will have accidents, you will have Lakshmi problems, you will have other problems, headaches and this and that. So the wife has to be alright, and she has to be careful about being traditional, about being sensible. She has to be respectable also. The responsibility is much more on her. So to remind her of her responsibilities and her greatness, she is honored. This is what it is. I hope you have understood, though it's a very subtle matter. But I hope I have been able to explain to you. Why not will you tell them in French a little bit? We need not use this. It turns out to be useless, or it turns out to be against anti-growth. So it just drops off.
Shri Mataji réitère que ce qui est le plus conforme à l'évolution est une sorte de loi darwinienne. Et ce qui est fanatisme dans une tradition, à la longue, automatiquement, se perd parce que ce n'est pas dans la ligne de la croissance optimale.
Like I have seen in England, there are certain traditions which are so sweet and good. Like if a lady is going up the steps, then she has to go first. But if she is coming down, then the man has to walk first, so that she should not topple. It's very simple. You see, there is not ladies first, but ladies are first just because they have to be protected.
Certaines traditions ont un sens, par exemple, si on monte l'escalier, la femme passe devant, mais si on descend l'escalier, l'homme passe devant, c'est pour la protéger, si elle rate une marche, l'homme peut la retenir.
But if you carry it too much, somebody might say that the lady is first. Now it becomes fanaticism. Tradition is suitable according to the need of growth of human beings in good well-being sense.
La tradition se justifie selon l'exigence de la croissance du bien-être dans la société humaine.
And it has a style which is so nice and good to look at. A style.
Et la tradition s'entoure d'un style qui est beau.
But it's not a stylishness. It's style means the way it is done is gracious, is beautiful. It's not like a bull doing the job, but it's a lady doing the job. Like a bull does the job.
C'est donc une tradition permet, le respect d'une tradition permet à une femme de se comporter en femme et non pas comme un taureau.
Like a gentleness is always confused with sophistication. Sophistication is nonsense, but gentleness is something inborn.
Gentleness, la gentillesse ou le savoir-vivre, les bonnes manières n'ont rien à faire avec la sophistication. C'est quelque chose qui vient du cœur.
So people who are very sophisticated can be extremely harsh people, very harsh. They say things which should never be said. I mean, now we can say French. French are people who are supposed to be sophisticated. They are very harsh people. When they talk to each other, they actually all the time hit at every person.
Les gens soi-disant bien éduqués peuvent prouver qu'ils ne le sont pas en étant très durs. Par exemple, les Français sont connus pour parler très durement et pour se heurter mutuellement.
But the gentleness is such that you do things in such a manner, in whole movement of your being is in such a manner that you do not hurt anyone.
Le savoir-vivre est tel que tout ce que l'on fait, tout ce que l'on dit est fait et dit sans heurter l'autre.
But the sophistication is to impress others. You see, artificially, to impress on others.
Mais
An aggression, it's aggression.
Mais la sophistication est une forme d'agression sociale sur autrui pour montrer qu'on est plus avancé.
So the whole gentleness gets hidden, camouflaged, you see. It hides all the harshness inside.
Donc toute cette éducation extérieure sert les gens soi-disant bien élevés ne font que cacher ainsi leur dureté intérieure.
While the gentleness comes from your heart, from your real heart.
Tandis que la gentillesse et le savoir-vivre viennent du cœur.
So I would see that you people, before you return back to your respective countries, try to see the difference between the reality and artificiality.
Quand vous retournez dans votre pays, tâchez de voir la différence entre le réel et l'artificialité.
And how much time we waste in being artificial. There is no need in Sahaja Yoga to be artificial.
Et combien de temps vous gaspillez en étant artificiel? Dans Sahaja Yoga, il n'est aucun besoin de perdre son temps dans ces artificialités.
There's no need to show off, or some people even don't talk and show off.
Il ne faut pas vouloir faire le malin, et il y a certaines personnes qui font le malin, par exemple en ne parlant pas.
There are ways and methods. People have developed very sophisticated method in the West of impressing others with their idea of superiority.
En Occident, nous avons développé toutes sortes de méthodes pour tâcher d'impressionner autrui au sujet de notre pseudo-supériorité.
Frivolousness gives you an ego, but the sophistication gives you such a solid ego. It's impossible to remove. No, you see, if there's frivolousness, it gives you ego. But if it is sophisticated behavior, then it is such a solid ego, it's just like solid stone.
La frivolité donne de l'ego. Mais si par-dessus vous êtes raffiné, soit dans les manières, soit dans l'intellect, votre ego est absolument calcifié, solidifié.
Now, as we have separated from ourselves, we should be able to see all these things. You are no more now French, English, or Indians. You are all yogis, and you are in the realm of God's domain. So we have to see what reality is, and we have to go on accepting reality and the tradition that is good.
Il faut accepter nos défauts relatifs, identifier parfois notre pays en nous référant au fait que nous ne sommes ni anglais ni indiens ni français, et nous sommes des yogis.
May God bless you.